Okay guys, I'm here today with Mikey Musumeci, huge honor for me. Guys, today Mike is gonna show us here one berimbolo that everyone can do it. So you don't need to be flexible, you don't need to go underneath, you don't need to go upside down. And I'm super excited to learn it. He already showed me and I was blown out by it. And let's do it, Mike.
Awesome. Okay, so a lot of people always say to me, oh, they can't do berimbolo, because it hurts their neck, right? So this is actually my favorite way to do berimbolo. I typically do this a lot in competition, and it's a concept that I play from De La Riva, okay? And you can pretty much do this from everywhere, half guard, and you can arrive in berimbolo without using your neck at all, okay? So that's why I really want to show you guys this, so then you can start using berimbolo, and then you don't have to ever feel like, oh, it's hurting my neck, this and that, okay? If you're able to bring your knees to your chest, you can do this. So it's like if you can play single leg X, half guard, any of those type of guards, you'll be able to do this position. Okay, so I'm going to start in De La Riva. And what I'm going to show you is this. Again, he's going to be in World 1 in De La Riva. What is World 1? World 1 is when my opponent's upper body is forward, right? World 2 would be when he's deadlifting and posturing up with his arms up, right? And then I'm on his legs, right? So now he brings his upper body forward and he's using his arms on my legs, like posting his arms, yes. So the rules of posting state that for me to bend his elbow, I pull his shoulder to me and then I can bend, right? If you watch my other video in this series, I show this over and over, how to bend the elbow and all this stuff, right? So now what I'm going to show you is another concept I like to do when my opponent is using their upper body. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make all his weight go to his upper body more. How am I going to do this? There's many different ways to play with the cross collar. One is to manipulate the spine one direction. Another is to punch the shoulder, right? Another is anchoring. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick my wrist. How am I going to flick my wrist? I'm going to be turning here. I'm going to bring my thumb down like this with my hand like this. Once I do this, look what's going to happen. He's going to be posting his arms. I'm going to flick my wrist and pull his shoulder to my body like so. Once I do this, notice how his weight's going more and more to his arms. What does that mean? The more weight he has on his arms, the lighter his legs are going to be. So my whole goal here is to manipulate all his weight to his upper body, making his legs really light. So look what I'm going to do. He's posting his arms. I'm going to pull his shoulders to me, bringing all his weight to his upper body. Now look how his leg is light. Look how his leg is light. Look how I'm able to remove his leg from the floor. Now I'm able to flip him. Look how his body starts falling. He goes to this spot here. If you can just stay up, because usually they stay posted with this on. Yes. So in berimbolo, there's many different forms of attacking the back. The variation I'm going to show you guys today is because he flipped and he's posting this arm, I'm going to catch his hip with my hand. I'm going to bring my shin behind his leg like so, and I'm going to stretch to take his back.
Man, that's amazing, Mike. So one more time.
But what I want you guys to understand is in berimbolo, there's many different variations depending on the reaction of the opponent, right? This is going to be the posting family of berimbolo. If you watch my instructional, how I explain berimbolo is you're either stacking the opponent or you're pulling their spine on top of you, and then how they can defend is posting their arm on the floor. But the con of posting the arm on the floor is for them, they're transferring weight from their legs to their arm. So my whole goal is whenever my opponent posts their arm, I'm putting all their weight onto their arms. And that's what I'm doing when I'm playing De La Riva right now as well. He's posting on my legs, right? So what my whole goal is when I flick my wrist, this is the most important detail, how I'm flicking my wrist. I'm holding the collar and I flick my wrist like this. Now I can pull his shoulders to me, putting all his weight on his upper body. The second all his weight's on his upper body, look how light his leg is. Look, now I can flip him, and look how he's going to just post this arm on the floor here. The second he's posting here, look what I'm going to do. I use my knee like so on his leg. I hammer my leg down like so. I lift up his body, and now I'm going to bring my shin behind his leg so I can stretch, and I can take the back.
Man, that's amazing, right? Because everybody's using about doing berimbolo, like going upside down, as I said, hurting the neck.
There's zero pressure on your body.
Yeah.
If I'm in single leg X here, look how my knees could be on my chest, right?
Yeah.
If I'm in berimbolo like this, look how my knees on my chest. It's the same thing. There's zero pressure on my neck. You don't have to move your neck at all. So this is a way that everyone can do berimbolo.
Oh, Mike, would you call that a good way to start doing berimbolo? Because, for example, when I tried to play with berimbolo, and I really have a hard time, because I have to go from the De La Riva to that spot that we were talking, that the person's
on
like
the side
swept, and then go underneath. So I feel like on this way, it's going to be much easier to achieve the berimbolo.
Because there's no pressure on you.
Yeah.
And I do this in competition. Literally every competition, you'll see me do this position at least once.
Yep.
It's so easy because whenever the person puts weight with their arms on you, now all we're doing is putting all the weight on their arms and then their leg is light. That's all we're doing to flip the person.
Man, that's amazing.
Flicking their wrist.
Yeah. And guys, Mike just came out with an entire series all about Berimbolo at BJJFanatics.com. And it's amazing. And nowadays might be like the best Berimbolo in the world. And make sure to check that out at BJJFanatics.com. And thanks so much,
Thank you so much, Professor.
Yes. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.